What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damien. I hope each and every one of you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day, man. Me, I'm doing beautiful, man. I'm sitting back, man, chilling. I got to reading through a lot of comments and stuff like that, and I made a video a few days ago, and it was pertaining to tax time. And as you guys know, today is February 11th. That would make, I'm sorry, today is February 12th. Yes, Tuesday, February 12th. I'm sorry about that, guys. Here's some noise outside. Anyway, today is Tuesday, February 12th. And I was sitting back watching the news, and it was talking about exactly what I said 2 videos ago about be careful with your spending because they reopened the government for 3 weeks. That 3 week deadline is ending on the 15th, I believe, which is Friday. And it looks like that from what I'm hearing. I'm not into politics like that, but I do pay attention and I do watch news. I'm an older man, so I'm going to be more aware of what's going on around the world. It sounds to me like they may be possibly talking about shutting the government down again. And if they shut the government down again, they could possibly declare a state of emergency, which could be catastrophic for Americans. As far as the tax money, man, I'm saying, this is the time of year you only get it once. And from what I hear, people are getting 8% less this year than they got in previous years. Actually, this is going to be one of the worst years in a long time since people got low tax checks. So if you were accustomed to getting like $3,000 or $4,000 tax checks, you may only get like $2,000 tax checks or $1,800 tax checks. And so you want to be really careful how you disperse your money out. Like I said, don't be too quick to fly to the casino and go buy cars and get caught up in all this crazy stuff, man. And, we not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. People making all these jokes about food stamps, people not getting their stamps, but, this is bigger than that, man. We're talking about people who's on Social Security, people, who's worked their whole life and retired, people who have diseases, disabilities to where they can't work anymore. We're talking about Medicaid, Medicare, all that stuff, Section 8, Housing Authority, all those things that I just listed, man, are government. Government issues the funds for those programs. So I don't think that that's a funny thing to joke about, because this is happening right here in our own country. That's pretty scary, something that we need to be aware about, man. They're talking about shutting the government down again. We just had a 33-day government shutdown. It's the first time in U.S. history the government has ever been shut down this long. And now here it is, 3 weeks later, we might be going to another government shutdown. Again, this is something that's never happened in U.S. history. History has been made, people. We need to be aware this is not a joking matter. We got people in nursing homes. We got people that's just, that can't work and they're by themselves and they have no other source of income but the income that they receive right now. And so, that means a lot of our grandmas, a lot of our grandpas, a lot of our disabled children, disabled veterans, all over the U.S. is going to be greatly impacted by this in a negative way. So anyway, I just wanted to open a video up with that right there, but I'm going to move on past that. I just wanted to make that the first few minutes of this video to make people aware that you guys need to be aware. This is for real, man. This is who the people voted in office. And we cannot take that back because it is what it is. So Anyway, as I said at the beginning of the video, I was reading through my comment section, and someone asked me, should a woman go shopping for a car with or without a man? Now, let me clearly say this right here. Again, women, this is no disrespect to you whatsoever, but you go buy a car from a used car dealership, you need to take a man with you. You need to take someone with you, who has vast knowledge of automotive, cars, maintenance, whatever. Because one thing that bothers me so much, my mom is a woman, my sister's a woman, my grandmother's a woman. My nieces are girls, but they're women. I get so pissed when I hear the stories that they go to these used cars dealerships and they're there by themselves at the dealership with these, $2,000 or $3,000 in their pocket, or a huge down payment on a used car, and that car looks good on the outside. You you guys ever heard that old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover? Just because the magazine looks nice on the outside don't mean that when you turn the page it's going to be something interesting on the inside. You can look young, fit, and healthy, but it don't mean that you are healthy on the inside. You could have a bad heart, bad lung, you could have some type of disease. It just looks good on the outside. So basically what I'm saying is, you go to these dealerships, they have these nice cars, they look beautiful. The bodies is nice. And we got, our women are being sold these cars. We know women love cute little cars, especially red cars. Women love red cars. Here's the hint, guys. Red cars are very expensive. Because of the color. And what I mean by that is, you go to any insurance company, if you buy a blue Impala or a black Impala, this is just example, your insurance payments are going to be several dollars cheaper than if you bought the same car, Impala, but it was red. Because red is like a sports color, and they always charge you 15 and 20 bucks more a month because of the color of the vehicle. So basically, a few years ago, we had a bad, I think it was hurricane or something, that hit some parts of Houston, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, and a lot of vehicles were flooded. And a lot of those vehicles were very gently owned vehicles. And if you guys don't believe what I'm going to say, you can Google search it right now. Check it out. A lot of those cars that was damaged and insurance paid out to those customers during that flood, during that bad hurricane out there, a lot of those cars made it to the Midwest, to the auctions. A lot of them came with engine damage, and don't be fooled when they put that sticker in the window, pre-certified, certified, all that. Man, those cars aren't certified. All they do when they buy those cars from the auction, they take those cars to the dealership, to their car lots. Now, mind you, they pay $2,000 for those cars. They can buy a car. If you have a car lot, it means that you have auction license, or you're supposed to, anyway. You got a lot of bootleggers who don't have auction license, but they're buying cars at auctions with their friends' auction license, that's none of my business. But when they go to the car lot, here's an example. You go to the car lot, you see a 2008 Impala. I'm sorry, let me back up. You go to the auction, the auctioneer, the person that's buying the auction, sees a 2008, 2009 Impala or Chevy truck, and it has 170,000 miles on it. What they do is they take that vehicle, and this is a real story. If you don't believe me, Google it, check it out. Check it out. I'm telling you from knowledge, experience. I know this. They pay $2,000 for that vehicle at auction. Remember, a 07, 08 Chevy Impala, Chevy truck, 150 to 170,000 miles on it. They take that same vehicle and they pay $2,000 for it, and their auction license is $75. Now, when they get that car back to the car lot that they own, Because car lots buy like 10, 12 cars at a car auction, and they bring them all back to their lots. And what they do is they do the oil change. They check the oil change. They make sure that the car starts up, and they plug this little bitty computer into it. And it can be this wrong with it, that wrong with it, this wrong with it, and that's wrong with it. So say for instance, they paid $2,000 for that car. It's got 178,000 miles on it. They get that car back to their car lot. The car needs a battery. That battery might cost them $80, but they're gonna mark the price up. The price that you're paying for it is $280. They're gonna mark the price up 3 times because why? They know that they're gonna get the money back in interest rate through the bank once they finance you. They get to looking at the car more. Oh, we need brake pads on the front. The brake pads are kind of wore out. Those brake pads, I'm telling you people, those brake pads cost between $13 and $23 for brake pads. They charge you $80 to $90 for them. They marked it up 3 times. Why? They're going to get their money back when they finance the vehicle to you through a bank. Now, here's the crazy part. And if you guys don't believe what I'm going to say, you can Google it and check it out. I'm telling you from my knowledge, from experience, it's true. It's facts. That $2,000 car that they bought at the car auction, plus paid the $75 car auction fee. Yes, they have to pay a $75 auction fee on each vehicle that they purchase. So if they bought 10 cars that day, they have to pay $75 10 times because each car has its own separate auction fee. They get the car back to the lot. They take this book out. It's called a Kelley Blue Book. So that $2,000 vehicle that they just bought with 150 to 170,000 miles on it, they paid $2,000 for. The Kelley Blue Book says that that the dealership can get $5,500 for that car. More than 2 times than what they actually bought the car for. $2,000 car, but they can sell it $2,500 above what they paid for it. Okay, that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is if you cannot afford to give them $5,500 for that car that they just paid $2,000 for, you'll end up giving them a down payment of $500, okay? A small percent of what they pay for the vehicle. And what they do is they finance you. Now, in a $2,000 car that they marked up to $5,500 because they can legally do it. The law says they can. Now, if you can't afford to buy it cash for $5,500, they're going to finance you with a down payment, and they're going to hit you with a 21% interest rate. Now, that car, they went from a $2,000 car at the car auction to a $5,500 car at the car lot with another $2,200 or $2,300 tacked onto it because they financed you at a high interest rate. A lot of you guys around the world probably watching this video could probably concur what I'm talking about. 21% interest is a very common thing in the U.S. because they can get away with it. So they go and buy these cars for $2,000. They mark the price up 2 or 3 times, and then they finance it to you 4 times higher. Now you're paying almost $8,000 for a car that they paid $2,000 for, and they financing you with that car. Don't miss an insurance payment on that car, because if you miss an insurance payment, the insurance company will notify the dealership. The dealership will notify you and threaten to repossess it. Don't miss a payment on that car. Now you think about it. If you had the car for 3 months at $100 a week, and you gave $500 down, $100 a week, the car lot had already made $2,000 off you, so they done made their money back. They take that car back from you and they put that on your credit report. You owe all that money. What ends up happening from there is they take that car to the auction and they resell that car to another auction person. And say, for instance, you owe $6,000 on it. Remember, they already made their money back off you and they take the car back. Okay? So there's still $7,000 owed on the car. People at the auction of the car is not worth $7,000. They'll get $2,000 for that car, and the balance is $5,000 that you still owe. So that car keep reselling itself. What I'm saying to ladies is basically, to make a long story short, is when you go buy a vehicle, man, be smart with your money. If you got $5,000 and you can afford to just buy a car straight out for $3,000, do it. Do it. Take somebody with you who can pop that hood, check under that engine. Don't buy that car because it looks good. Do not buy that car because the body looks good. The body has nothing to do with what's under the hood. Because you got to remember, the looks of the car do not make the car run. What's under the engine makes it run. You can get that car home and the transmission go out on you the same day. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing. You can get that car home a week later, the engine fall out of it. Car lot's not liable for that. You bought it as is and you bought it used. The only thing the car lot care about is getting their car payment. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. I've been through it already, and I'm sure some of you guys have been through it. So all I'm saying is, if you got the means once a year, tax time, to go buy you something, buy you something. There is nothing worse than buying a car that you have to pay $100 a week on top of paying $100 and something a month for the insurance, on top of if something goes wrong with the car. Let me ask you guys, how many of you guys are willing to make $100 a week payment on a used vehicle, on top of paying insurance, on top of not being able to drive the car because something went wrong with it? That car can sit in your driveway for 3 months because the engine went out. The car lot don't care. All they want is that money. They want their money, and they're going to get it from you one way or another. So all I'm saying, ladies, is if you in the market for a used vehicle, take a man with you who has vast knowledge of vehicles. A lot of women that got into automotive services now, working on cars. I recently got an oil change done on my car, and the lady actually did my oil change. She did a fantastic job on it. So you can even take a woman with you who has knowledge of vehicles. But don't get sold out by one of these shafty car lots, because there's a lot of shafty car lots out here, man. They don't care about nothing but your money. You got to remember, man, they never, what they're charging you for that car, they didn't pay a fraction. That's like, you see, I mean, I've been in auctions before. My cousin used to own a car lot right here in Fort Wayne. You know, so I've seen people get emotionally broke over this, to where that car became their rent. They had to spend their rent money to get the car fixed that they were still paying on for 2 or 3 years. The car lot, when you buy something used, 9 times out of 10, you get between a 30 and a 90-day warranty. And the warranty's really not all that great. It's a 50-50, meaning if the transmission go out and it's $1,200 fixed, the car lot's only gonna pay half of that. It means you have to pay the other half. How many people got $600 sitting around just to give away? Think about it. Car sitting out there for 2 months, bad engine, paper tag still on it. Ain't even got the hard plate for it yet. You gotta still make the payment. Still gotta make the insurance payment. Still gotta get the car fixed. Still gotta pay rent and bills. So let us start being smarter than these dealerships, man. And if you are in the market of buying a used car, and you want to take a chance of going to one of these used car dealerships, and I'm not hating on these dealerships, they got to get their bag too. But don't let them get their bag. I want to choose the correct word. Don't let them get the bag off you because you lack knowledge. Don't let them get your money because you lack knowledge. When you get these cars, you ask questions. You know, you ask them, has this car ever been in an accident? 9 times out of 10, they don't know. They bought the car from an auction. Again, a lot of those cars that's going through these auctions come from high flooded states where the insurance paid these people off and sent thousands of cars to these other states to go to their auctions. And don't let that certified thing fool you. I'm going to tell you what that certified thing means. It's called a 5-finger inspection. They check the oil. They check the transmission fluid. They check the radiator. They check the brakes. They stick the key in ignition and make sure it start up. And they put this big old sticker in the window and say certified. And they put these cute little paper maps on the floor with little footprints on it to make it look nice. They don't do nothing to these cars, man. So all I'm saying, don't go give your hard-earned money to these people. Take a mechanic with you, ladies. Don't be a victim of a scam. You know, so I hope that this video was to help was able to help a lot of our females out there, because I get so tired of seeing our women getting taken advantage of with these used car dealerships. I'm sure there's probably not another video out there like this. I'm probably one of the first ones to do it. And so I hope that this video was able to help my women out there. So I love you guys, man. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what was one of your craziest stories that you had to deal with one of these scamming car lot dealerships, and what did they do to help you? Did they do anything to help you? Did you get hit with a 21% interest rate? Were you one of the ones who bought a car from a dealership and the car broke down on you and you still had to make the payment on it and you couldn't afford to get the car fixed? Don't be scared to leave a comment, because you know I'll make a video about it. I'll give you my input on it, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video was able to help somebody out or reach somebody. I love you guys, man. I'm Damian Cryer. My email is black_dac2@yahoo.com. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.